Well, hello, all of you beautiful people out there in Minecraft land. How are you today? I am fantastic. Thanks for asking. Back to the old intro. My name is Vid, and welcome to a brand new episode of Let's Play Minecraft. I have a lot of things to show you guys today. And I'm just debating what I'm going to start with. I know. I'm going to start over here with this row. Look at that. It is all filled up. I only had these 3 slots available. And I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add some more librarians. Because, in particular, there's a couple things I wanted. First thing I wanted. Well, actually, let's go to the third thing I wanted. I wanted this. Not this. Loyalty, actually, I thought, you know what, loyalty might be cool to have if I ever get myself another trident. Right now, I have Riptide on my trident, and you can't put loyalty and Riptide on the same trident. But I thought loyalty 3 might be a good option to have. This guy also has, you know, a glass trade and the bookshelf trade, which is cool. That way I can make more emeralds using bookshelves if I want to. How's the sun doing? Sun's okay. Okay. Number 2. This guy. Sweeping Edge 3. That was another important one. In fact, that was the most important one I was looking for because, basically because of something that I'm doing today, I really wanted to have Sweeping Edge on my sword. And I think my sword is actually out at the moment. Let me just zip over here and take a quick peek at my sword. I should have had this all planned. So here's my Cuddy McCutterson, and for some reason I didn't even notice that it actually already had Sweeping Edge 3 on it. And that is because early on, I went and took my diamond sword, my base diamond unenchanted sword, over to my enchanting setup over there, and I just tried it in and out a couple times until I ended up getting Sweeping Edge. I don't have a Sweeping Edge villager, or at least I didn't until I got this guy. Now I have Sweeping Edge. So I can apply Sweeping Edge to any further swords that I make in this world. Also ended up with, you know, a couple other useful/useless trades, including this one, the book trade. So this is 1 book for 1 emerald. And if you have been paying attention, yes, I can get 1 emerald for 1 bookshelf. So I spend 1 emerald, I get a bookshelf, and then I break the bookshelf and get 3 books. Then I take the books over here and trade 3 books. No, not here. Here, 3 books for 3 emeralds. So I've turned 1 emerald into 3 emeralds just based on those 2 trades. This guy, I ended up, while I was searching for Sweeping Edge, I actually found Efficiency 5. And I had to go back through my villagers because I'm like, wait a minute, that's impossible. I know I have Efficiency 5 on all my pickaxes, but how did I get it? And it occurred to me, oh yeah, I found an Efficiency 4 villager, and all I was doing was buying 2 Efficiency 4 books and then combining them into Efficiency 5. So now I actually have myself an Efficiency 5 villager, and this guy also had Bane of Arthropods 4. But look at this. Interestingly enough, he also has the bookshelf and the book trades. So actually just in this 1 villager, I can do that same thing where I get lots and lots of emeralds for free, basically. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So over here, near my iron farm, you might notice that I have some copper. Hey, that wasn't supposed to happen. Don't fall in there. I have some copper blocks laid out, some copper stairs, and then a few slabs, and then an oxidized copper block. I actually took this copper off of my roof. You can actually see there's a hole right there. Look at how coppery and non-oxidized my roof is. Yeah, so I ended up thinking to myself, oh, you know what? This is not going to oxidize very fast. One of those interesting mechanics about copper is that if you leave it on its own, like not within 4 or 5 blocks of another piece of copper, it will oxidize much faster. And that's what I actually did with these stairs. And then, after it was fully oxidized, I thought, I'm going to try another mechanic. So I took another clean slab off the top of my roof and I set it down beside this one. Because I think if you put a non-oxidized block beside an oxidized block, there's a greater chance that the oxidation will spread. So this test is to see which will oxidize first, this copper block or this copper block. And by block, I mean slab, of course. I'm hearing villagers, but I think I'm only hearing I'm hearing my trader villagers. I don't think I'm hearing a wandering trader or anything, but that's okay. So yeah, anyway, if this block right here oxidizes faster than this block, then we're in business, because I can take all of these blocks, put them in my roof, all of the spots that you can see lots of spots. I pulled lots of bricks out here. I can put them in all of these spots where the bricks are missing, and hopefully it'll make my roof oxidize faster. If not, I might just have to take the whole roof apart and lay the blocks all out and let them oxidize. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just let it go. There's one thing I'm going to do here before I go upstairs. Still got lots of things on my list, but the one thing that is still on this list that shouldn't be is the cactus farm. I actually did that a couple episodes ago, so I'm just going to make that blank, and that's cool. But I did want to show you something upstairs, and that is this. I put Newton in a minecart. I found something out. So you're probably aware that if you have a cat that is a tamed cat, and you unsit the cat, and then you go to bed, that cat will sometimes bring you gifts. And unfortunately, if you have lots of tamed cats, and you unsit all of them, and then you go to bed, only one of them will ever bring you a gift. But if you unsit your cats and put them in minecarts, not only does the chance of them actually bringing you a gift go way up, I think it might even be 100%. I'm not 100% sure. That's not tested. But it's worked for me every night that I've slept with this cat in this minecart. And also, this works for multiple cats. So you could actually get like 100 cats if you wanted and put them all in minecarts. There's actually a server that I'm watching where they're building a massive scale farm, and they have right now 750 cats all in minecarts around a sleeping player, and they all drop gifts, which is hilarious. Actually, now is a perfect time to demonstrate that, because the sun is going down behind those trees, and it's time to sleep. So, hopefully, with any luck at all, I will sleep and get a gift from my cat. And there it is. He brought me some string. Thank you so much, buddy. Or Newton. I guess I'll call you Newton. That is your name. So thanks, Newton. I appreciate the string. And now I also don't have to worry about that cat ending up like who knows where. Okay, whoa, that is very weird. I just looked at these like 1 minute ago. Like literally, it has been no time. And this one just suddenly went to full oxidized, and this one just went to a part oxidized. Now this one I did put down maybe 5 minutes after I put this one down. So, you know, there is a little bit of a delay, but I was hoping that this one would get to full oxidized before this one gets to full oxidized. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. But let's talk about projects, because that's what we do on this channel. And it starts with all of these shulker boxes in front of me. Should we take a look at what's inside? A whole bunch of random miscellaneous stuff. Not really going to be very helpful to tell you what it is that I'm actually going to be working on today. This last one is empty, as usual. I'm going to gather these things up, and then I'm going to take a little journey. And while I'm journeying, I'm going to tell you all about this project. In fact, hold on a minute. There's one more thing I do want to show you. And that thing is in the valuables chest. This thing right here, the Totem of Undying. If you recall, in the last episode, we went to a woodland mansion, and we got ourselves a single solitary Totem of Undying. And it was hard. We spent the whole episode going through that woodland mansion. It was one of the longest episodes that I've recorded as well, over 40 minutes. Basically going through that mansion, and all I have to show for it is this one simple, single totem. I actually could have had two, but I died while I was holding the very first one that I grabbed in the series. But I thought to myself, you know what? There is a better way to get these totems. And interestingly enough, you guys know how much I like Logical Geek Boy, right? I mean, he has created pretty much all of the farms that I've used this season, including the iron farm that's there, the villager breeder, the cactus farm, the carrot and potato farms that I used back there. Even the villager breeder is actually, the villager trading hall is based on a design by Logical Geek Boy. And this week, he actually published a video of a brand new farm. It's not a brand new farm to Minecraft, but it's a brand new farm for him, and it's a simple design, and I want to build it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, that is the project. I had no intention of ever building this in this series until I saw that video, and I was like, yeah, holy moly, I can totally build this. And so, in case you haven't guessed from probably the title of this video and the thumbnail of this video, and also the fact that I'm now holding a totem of undying, yeah, I'm going to build a raid farm. An infinite scalable raid farm. It's actually a pretty cool farm. So let me grab these materials and I'm going to fly out to where I'm going to build the farm. So this farm that I am building is best built in the middle of an ocean, and guess what I have fairly close to my base. I mean, the base is probably several hundred blocks just outside of render distance, over there somewhere. But I have this large area. There's a warm ocean over there. Earlier in the season, I grabbed myself some coral from there. And now I'm going to build right around this area right here, which is why I put down a glass platform. I've also already gathered myself a couple things that I'm going to need for this farm, namely a villager and a cow. Yeah, those guys will come in handy a little bit later in the build, but for now they're just kind of sitting there off the coast of my new glass island here, and they're going to be ready to be installed in the farm as needed. There are a few other things that you need for this farm, namely, in order to get the cow and the villager, I needed to find myself a village, and guess what happens to be just over the edge here? A village. And the other thing, of course, you need for a raid farm is Bad Omen. And guess what? Happens to be just over the hill from this village. There is a pillager outpost. And so I should be able to sweep down here and get myself Bad Omen just by finding a pillager captain whenever I'm ready for it. And as you can see, this is a very short flight. I might even put like a nether portal on the top of that pillager outpost or something at some point, just so that I can make this trip in even less time than the 3 rockets or whatever it takes me to actually get here. But here we go, back onto the glass platform. This is where I'm actually going to build this farm. Boom, in for a beautiful landing. So as I said, this is where we're going to build this farm, and without further ado, let's just hit that time lapse. Of time lapse. And here we are on the top of the raid farm. Well, actually, this isn't the top of the raid farm. This is the killing platform, I guess that's what you'd call it. Because way up there above me, that, I guess, is what you would consider to be the top platform. So let me get into first person here. And now I just kind of want to show off some of the features of this farm. So to start with, we take a large plunge into the water underneath our farm. We have a villager down here, and this villager and this composter represent a village. That's basically everything you need for a village in a farm. Here we have a bubble column. So if I arrive by C, hey, look at that. Is that rotten flesh and ink? Is that glow ink? Oh, I love me some glow ink. Yes, sorry, I'm distracted. I saw 2 things of glow ink, and I'm like, wow, I gotta get this glow ink. Yeah, that stuff is farmable, but it's a little bit of a pain, and I haven't created a glow ink farm yet. Anyway, as I was saying, so we have a villager, we have this bubble column. So, ideally, what we would do is we would go over to our little tower over there, our pillager outpost, and we would get the bad omen effect. Then we'd come back here to where this villager is, and as long as we are within, I think it's 32 blocks or something like that, of the villager, then we will start a raid. Now, I've made this farm in a very particular place, that is, more specifically, in the ocean. So, 64 blocks in any direction is not going to be land. So I know that looks close, but it isn't actually inside of 64 blocks. It's probably more like 80 or 90 blocks away, so I should be okay. That means that the raid can only spawn somewhere up from here, and somewhere that is spawnable. So we go up, and this bubble column takes us, well, past this level and up to this level. Actually past this level as well, and up to this level. This is the level we need to be on to actually spawn the raid. Now these, as you can see, are lower slabs, which means nothing can actually spawn on top of these slabs. Something could technically spawn inside of this nether portal, but I'm going to light it up, and once I light it up, then there won't be anything that can spawn inside the portal. Likewise, on top of the portal, nothing can spawn up there because there's glass on top of it. So where does the mob spawn? Where do they spawn? Well, they spawn up here. And up here is the what will be the actual killing chamber here. Uh-oh, I've triggered the system. So that's actually a good indication, because when the mobs spawn, this little system triggers, and basically what it does is it opens these gates, and they're going to flush all the mobs over here. The mobs that are too tall, i.e. Ravagers and anything riding the Ravagers, are going to end up going into this lava. They might float up, but they'll get caught on that glass up there and basically burn to death. Anything that isn't too tall, that is all the regular mobs, are going to end up falling into this pit right here, and then they're going to be flowed down into what is the killing chamber. Okay, let me get out of this so that I don't... won't cause any more noise. Plus, sun's going down. I better sleep before anything else. All right, got it. Now, so the mobs fall down this this little channel right here, and they end up right here where I can stand with my sword and swipe, 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 kill, 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 kill all the mobs, and then all of the drops go into the hoppers. They go down under some hoppers, and they end up in this sorting system, which is automatically going to be filtering things out. So some of these things I added, some of these things were part of the original design. Like I think that whole platform up there was part of the original design. This platform was much smaller. It was only basically these 2 tunnels, the up and the down tunnels, and then this killing platform with all the boats and everything. The boats, by the way, are designed to stop Vex. So if you happen to hit an evoker and you don't kill him right away, he'll spawn some Vex, but the boats will catch the Vex, and then you don't die, which is great. I added this chest right here, which is just a feed chest, which feeds into the storage system. So if I do end up with a bunch of stuff in my inventory, which is bound to happen when you're standing here, unless you fill your inventory with junk, that stuff will just filter down into the regular storage system. I also added these stairs and this whole lower platform, which did not exist in the original design, and that's basically just a bunch of storage. Eventually I'll come along and put item frames on the front of all these chests that will show exactly what's in them. There are, I think, 11 rows of chests, or I guess columns of chests, 11 columns of chests, the first 9 of which are sorted chests, and then the last 2 are just bulk storage. So anything that doesn't get sorted, or more specifically cannot get sorted, will end up in here. So anything that's non-stackable, like crossbows, totems of undying, and then, maybe if there's any other sort of loose items that won't go in any of the other filters, they'll end up in those chests as well. Okay, so what we have to do now is try it out. But before we do that, I do want to light this portal, but well, I actually do want to light it from this side. Let's see, where is my flint and steel? Should be right here. Here we go. But even though I want to light it from this side, see that what just happened there? I didn't actually pick up my chest, and that's because right underneath this row of slabs there are hoppers, and the hoppers actually feed down. So I gotta actually go down and get that out of my storage system here. It should have ended up somewhere around here. There it is. Right there. Okay. Sorry about that inconvenience there. Okay. So I'll say that again. I want to light this portal, but I don't want to go through it, because if I go through it, it will generate a portal in the nether that is not on the roof of the nether. And I really want a portal on the roof of the nether connecting to this guy. And so I do have to light it so that when I come back from the nether, this will be the portal that it links to, but I do just need to know what the coordinates are. So right here in the center, I like my 5x5 portals. By the way, this is just kind of my thing. You don't have to do it like this if you're interested. So the coordinates we have, you can see I'm looking at 1485 and then minus 286. So if I grab my handy dandy calculator and divide those by 8, if I do 1485 divided by 6, I end up with about 186. And then if I do minus 286 divided by 8, I end up with about negative 36. So that's where I need to go. And just so you can remind me again, 186 by negative 36. So just remember those numbers. So let's light it up. It's all lit now. And now we just have to fly back to our base. And home sweet home. So while we are here, let's drop our shulker boxes, our project boxes, into our sorting system and fire that guy away. And then we need to get ourselves into the nether, because we need to find ourselves that point that I was just talking about. All right, here we are at the gold farm, and I have set myself up a line of torches here. See if I could just do this a little faster. There we go. And right about here should be looking at 186 minus 36. So those are the exact coordinates that we need to build our portal. So we're going to put frame number 1 right there. Let's grab those. Doot, 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 doot. Up. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And while we're up here, let's put some glass on top. Make sure we don't get anything spawning on top. Perfecto. Don't really need these torches because the portal will give off enough light, and also not like anything's going to spawn up here. Anyway, so here we go. 186 minus 36. With any luck at all, we're going to jump to this portal, and it's going to take us right to the top of our raid farm. Oh. Almost lost a torch there. Well, 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 well. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect positioning. I did bring a bed with me because I see that I am going to need that very soon. So I'll just stay a little bit farther away from the portal because that does make a little bit of noise. One other thing that I didn't show you guys was I did bring a cow with me up here. And that the reason that I need that cow is for milk. And I do have a small supply of milk buckets over here as well. Let me sleep and then we can talk some more. Okay, so as I said, I brought a cow up here to get me milk buckets. And the reason is because this farm is designed so that when you get over here with Bad Omen, you start the raid and you immediately lose Bad Omen. But as part of the raid, villager captions fall down, and when they do, you can actually kill them and get Bad Omen again. Now, normally, that doesn't work during a raid. And you're probably saying to yourself, how in the world is that going to work? Well, that's what these drop chutes are for. If I fall down this one right here, let's see if I can do this in third person. I actually land on a waterlogged chest. I am right now just about 2 sub-chunks up or about 32 blocks-ish away from that villager down there. And when I am just inside of this range, I trigger the raid, another raid. And that's because I should have Bad Omen. But I didn't tell you how I get Bad Omen again. So let me go back into this water stream. The reason I get Bad Omen again is because this distance between the villager and the top of this raid... I'm swimming. Let's see if I can get out of this. Nope, I am stuck in the water. Whatever. The distance between the villager and this killing area is just enough so that when the raid spawns up there, then the villager doesn't know the raid is actually within range, and the raid actually stops immediately, which is actually, it's a really cool mechanic. But now we actually have to test the farm. So I'm going to fly over to that pillager outpost that you can't see, and I'm going to get myself some Bad Omen effect. Alright, to start with, let's just land on top of this guy, and I can already see a pillager captain down there. So, here we go. Let's just take aim, and boom! And he didn't die. Oh, there it is. Now I have Voluntary Exile. That is the advancement you get for getting Bad Omen. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, where's my Bad Omen? Why don't I have Bad Omen effect? What? Oh, maybe I didn't get Bad Omen because he died from fire damage instead of me actually killing him? Okay, well, let's try again.
Moments later.
Alright, there's another pillager captain down there. Let's get my bow out. I'm going to try this again. Guess I gotta actually hit him, right? So there's one shot, and... don't die to fire damage. Oh, come on. Don't stop. Why you stop now? Okay. Where did you go? Got him. Okay, there we go. And now I've got the Bad Omen effect. Now, here's the trick. I need to avoid that village. So I'm just going to fly kind of a wide berth here. But that shouldn't be a problem, because all I need to do is get to my raid farm right over here. And this is where I start to get nervous, because this will be my first time testing the raid farm. And when I get within range of this villager, the raid should start. So let's just go and land. Okay, raid is starting. It's all good. Let's just pop into our bubble column and go up to the top. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. Okay. Now, if we listen, we should hear the horns. We should see them all spawn up there. And look at that. They're all spawning. They should have triggered the... yeah, they've triggered the water. Now they're all starting to get pushed over. And they're all going to collect right here. So what's neat, you can actually see I have the victory condition already. Swipe, 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 swipe. Alright, there we go. So that was quick and painless. And I think that's all of the dudes. Yep, the raid victory bar goes away. You could probably see I got raid victory right away when the raid spawned. And the reason that happened is because the raid spawns just out of range of the villager. And that's actually what causes all of the raid waves to spawn at the same time up there. And also what provides the ability for me to kill another raid captain and get the Bad Omen effect. So now I have the Bad Omen effect again, and that's, as I mentioned, what this shoot is for. When I go down here, I will be within range of the villager, and another raid will start. So let's try that. Raid starts. Pop back up again. Ooh. And then I can watch as the raid bar fills up to the top, and it should just gotta check to make sure that I'm not getting killed by anything. There go the raid horns. Okay, everybody's spawning up top. You can see that they're triggering the water. Well, they're hitting a tripwire up there, and there goes the water. And here we go. And another raid done. There we go. And you can see that I actually got a lot of junk in my inventory, which is exactly why I put this chest here. So now I can dump all of this junk off here. Glass bottles and gunpowder and totems of undying and all kinds of iron axes, ominous banners, crossbows, and the rest of the stuff I will keep in my inventory because it is all mine. Let's just take a quick peek down here at our storage system. So these things the filters should set up. I don't know how fast the filters actually set themselves up, so there might be some unfiltered junk the first couple times through. Okay, so here we got emeralds, we got ominous banners. Yeah, so here we got some of that non-stackable junk. So we do just need to get rid of this. Nothing. Okay, so here, more totems. Crossbow. And then here we go. Lots of non-stackable junk in here. So just look at that. From those 2 raids, it was just 2 raids I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 totems of undying, plus a whole bunch of other really useful stuff. And so now, of course, you can see that I have the bad omen effect one more time. And I could just continue doing this loop over and over and over again by dropping down, going back up again, starting another raid, taking out the raid, and then rinse and repeat. But what happens when I want to leave the farm and I'm done? Well, that's where this fine fellow comes in. And what's in this chest right down here? I take out a milk bucket, and then I just chug it. And of course, that immediately gets rid of any effects I have. And then I could just right-click on the dude again, come back over here into my chest and store it. And now I don't have the effect. Everything is all good, and I can carry on my day. And that, my friends, is where I am going to end this episode. I hope you guys had a blast watching me make a raid farm today, and I have no idea what I'm going to use all those totems of undying for. If I was playing on a server, I might sell them, but I'm not playing on a server. I'm playing all by myself. That said, I might be changing that in the future. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, like I said, I hope you guys had a great day, and I will see you in the next episode!